presentation?
Yeah, it's ready to go. I just have to do the share thing and then click
Yep.
over to it. I just thought we'd start with our faces.
Yep. Perfect. Yep.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Howdy. So my name's Kerwin Flaherty. I'm from the Office Technology Department. I teach medical office coding and billing. So that's kind of my area of expertise. But we're here today to talk about what CCC offers for all of our healthcare cluster of courses. And we also have in the chat actually the department chair for nursing and allied health, which she'll be here to answer questions if we can't if I if I don't know the answer. Um, and we also have a couple of other folks if you guys want to introduce yourselves as well.
Go ahead, Marcella.
Oh.
Maricelli's quiet. Maricelli is in the top. She's the director of student life. I'm Bruce Fassbinder from the marketing department. We have Charlotte Wesley from student success. And we also have Babette from student life, Morgan from academic studio. I think that's everybody that I know.
Yeah, awesome. Um, well, today we're going to talk about all the classes that we have to offer here at TTC. And so to start with, we'll talk about probably something that everybody in this chat knows, but what does everybody think that the fastest growing industry in healthcare is right now? Anybody know off the top of their head? It's of course it's healthcare. Everybody knows. I mean, given the last year that we've all been through, we're all very familiar with the need for healthcare workers. You know, we've been very stretched to the limit, I will say, the last year. So it's definitely a growth field, and we need people. We need people to work, and we need you know, caring, compassionate people to do these jobs. And so you know, we have a lot of different programs here at TCC that will help you get to the career that you want to get. And so the important thing is to think about what kinds of skills you have and what kinds of skills you want to learn. And there's two different kinds of skills when we talk about that. So there are hard skills and there are soft skills. And so the difference is rather, a soft skill is something that some people are born with. It's things like you know, leadership and you know, customer service. Those kinds of soft skills, those interpersonal communication skills, that emotional intelligence. These are things that, while you can learn them and you can become more proficient, you can become more emotionally intelligent, you can become more, you know, you can develop better leadership skills. Some people just innately have these sort of skills. And then there are hard skills, and hard skills are things like taking blood or taking blood pressure or you know, knowing anatomy, concrete transferable like skills that are required to do specific jobs. And we here at CTC, we focus on providing both of those kinds of skills. We want to make sure that you're a well-rounded professional and that you have that high emotional intelligence, but also that you're very proficient at whatever trade or skill that you want to pursue. And so that's what you got to ask yourself is what do you want to be? What is it that you want to do, and why is that your passion? And hopefully, when you figure that out, you'll come to us so that we can provide you those skills. And so just a couple of the programs that we have here. Here's sort of the overall sort of encapsulation of all the different healthcare programs that we have here. If you want to go ahead and roll that tape.
Okay, let's get to rolling here. Let me see where we're at. Okay. There we go.
It's down to the CTC healthcare programs slide.
Healthcare. Are you ready for the video?
Yep, go ahead and roll it.
All right.
All right, so that was kind of an overview of the different programs that we offer here. And as you saw, we have a lot of different programs. There's a lot of different things that we offer. Um, and we're kind of going to go into a little bit more detail on each of those programs as we progress. But there's a lot. There's a lot to choose from. So if you start a program and decide that maybe it's not for you, but you still want to stay in healthcare, look around. We have tons of options and tons of pathways for you. And even within specific programs, there are so within nursing, for example, we have our LVN program, um, and maybe you decide that nursing's not for you. You can look at the EMT program, or maybe you decide that patient care isn't what you're interested in, but you still want to be in healthcare. We have the medical office side where you can be on more of the administrative side. So there's tons of options here available for you, and we want to be able to provide a lot of choices for you. And so, yeah, our next little program is our great video on the nursing program. If you want to roll that for us.
Sure. Oops, sorry about that. We got to get to the right page here. There we go.
The clinical experiences are great. We get to use a lot of our skills at the clinical sites. And if you're ever unsure or just uncertain of something, the professors will help you.
Here at Central Texas College Department of Nursing and Allied Health, we have two programs. We have an associate degree nursing program and a vocational nursing degree program. Both programs are different in the fact that the vocational nurse is a 12-month certificate program, and the associate degree nursing program is an associate degree. As a licensed vocational nurse or an associate degree nurse, they both will become licensed. They'll take the NCLEX exam, become licensed, and then they'll go ahead and apply for employment at the various clinics, hospitals, and or nursing homes.
And then if you want to pop to that next slide, we could talk a little bit about these two different nursing programs that we have. So yeah, as you can see here, not only are these great programs, they're also lucrative. RN pays extremely well, and LVN also pays extremely well for being a relatively short program. Both of these really are financially advantageous. Yeah. So these numbers definitely need updated. This is, I think this is pre-pandemic numbers. I'm sure some of you have seen, but I have friends that are getting offered like $10,000-$15,000 2-year contract signing bonuses for nursing right now because hospitals are hurting that much and they need people that badly that they're really offering some very lucrative financial packages. And so that's definitely out there right now. And it doesn't seem like the shortages that we currently are experiencing are going anywhere. So definitely a growth area. All right, and so our next is actually the EMT. So if you want to click to that one and roll that for us.
All right, here we go.
I do really enjoy the chance of diversity of people we get to meet while doing our clinicals and ambulance rotations. It's fantastic to learn as much as you can in the classroom, but with the opportunity CTC provides you to go and have patient contacts, have contacts with other medics, nurses, and doctors. It just gives you an overall range of experience that I think you can't achieve while you're in the classroom.
The EMT Basic course allows you to go to school for 1 semester and obtain your EMT Basic certification, which is the lower level of certification for emergency medical services. The paramedic certification is over 12 months and allows you to practice that advanced level of care as a paramedic in the field. So once you obtain your paramedic certification, you can actually work for ambulance services, you can work for hospitals, you can work within the prison systems or for police departments. You're able to work for private EMS or you're able to work for fire departments all over the country. And the best thing about it is it's actually a national certification, so you can stay in the state of Texas or you can travel outside of the state of Texas and go anywhere in the United States. We have so many opportunities, whether that be clinical, lab, our instructors, that we can really ensure that our students are not only successful within the course, that they're going to have successful long careers in emergency medical services because they're well prepared for everything they're going to see.
Yeah, so that's our EMT program. So EMT is also a fantastic program, and it's also if you want that direct care, that direct patient contact, but maybe the kind of rigidity of working in a hospital, you more want to be outside and maybe have a little bit different scenery on a daily basis. EMT is definitely something to look at because you will see meet some interesting people and see some interesting places. Yeah, it takes a special person to do this kind of work because it's really you need a lot of different skills to be successful as an EMT. And our program's great at preparing them for that. You saw some of the lab stuff that we have in there. They have some really fantastic state-of-the-art training equipment that you get to practice on and train with. And all the instructors over there are fantastic. I love those folks over there. Anybody have any specific... Oh, go ahead, jump in.
If I could jump in too, I hope my echo's not too bad. I just wanted to share that we do have openings right now in the EMT program. You have to be an EMT before you can be a paramedic. And that is there's no prerequisites to come in. So that is a very quick, easy certificate to get. Even if you plan to go to nursing, it is a 1-semester certificate that will give you the advantage when it comes to getting jobs and those type things, having those short certificates. And so the EMT right now does still have openings for the fall semester. And I know there was a couple questions. It is 1 semester, 16 weeks coming up in the fall. So if you're interested, Professor Flaherty is going to provide a contact information at the end of this presentation. So take notes and give us a call, and this is one of the programs that does not have prerequisites. So it's a very easy healthcare program to come in. Thank you.
And then the other great thing is that paramedic builds from the EMT. So if you start as an EMT and you start working and you realize that you love it, you already have those classes knocked out. So the paramedic program, it's sort of a pathway, and so you start out as on the EMT side, and then you progress through. And so it's great for that as well. You can kind of get your feet wet, and if you find that you really enjoy it, maybe it'll send you on a different pathway. But yeah, it's a great program, and the fact that it's 1 semester is really great because you can get in and then start a career doing something. And then we'll have a ton of contact information for all the different departments at the end of the presentation that you guys can copy down. Up next, if you want to hit the slide, Mr. Vestbender. So yeah, we don't have a video for mental health services and social work, but we do have a mental health services and social work program. There we go. So we have a couple of different degrees and certificates available. So we have our at-risk youth specialization, which is an associate's degree, and that sort of will prepare you, just like it says on the tin, to work with at-risk youth. And then we also have the social work specialization, which is that's if you're looking at going on to another school, that's kind of what you want to look at. You can kind of take those lower level classes with us, and then move on to a 4-year university and save yourself that save yourself that scratch, and you know, still finish that degree program. And then if you want to hit the slide again for me, Bruce, we have a couple more programs for mental health and social work. There's the chemical dependency specialization, the community health worker, and both of these, you know, the opiate crisis did not go away because of the pandemic. It is still a huge problem, and it's a great way to help your community. And the same with community health worker. Also, you know, more need for that now than ever before. You know, people out in the community helping, you know, helping people find the services that they need, and being that link to get them the help that they need. And then one more slide. This is not. This is what you would be working towards if you did that social work specialization associate degree. We do not offer this here. This is just a thing that you would sort of start with us and then move on to either Texas A&M or you know, some other four-year university. But yeah. So yeah, we I saw somebody in the chat ask. We do have some behavioral health, sort of social work, mental health services programs, and that's what we offer. And then our next program that we have is our MLT and phlebotomy programs, and these are really awesome. Go ahead and roll the tape.
I'm currently enrolled in the medical laboratory technician program. My favorite course so far is hematology. The reason for this is because I'm interested in seeing the cells behind the scenes under the microscope and learning which cells cause which diseases and lack of things like that.
The MLT and phlebotomy programs are under the Department of Nursing and Allied Health. Upon completion of the phlebotomy program, our students are eligible to sit for a national registry exam. They are able to be employed as a phlebotomist in various healthcare facilities, drawing patient specimens for testing. For our MLT students, they are eligible upon graduation to sit for the National Registry exam. That allows them to work in various hospital laboratories, research laboratories upon completion of the program.
MLT is also so MLT is a great career path if healthcare is really really something you're interested in. Really have that strong science background and that interest in science, but maybe don't necessarily want to spend a lot of time with patients. MLT is great for that. You can you know, sort of help in the lab. And do that work. And we are one of the few MLT programs in Texas as well. So we're very fortunate to have that program here at CCC. And again, this is a highly in-demand career, and definitely something worth thinking about and looking into to see if it's something that could be for you. And then we also have the phlebotomy program, which is a certificate program. And I don't think I've covered this before. I think it got covered in the chat, but associate birth certificate program. And so some of our certificate programs are not for credit, and we usually discuss that as part of that program. And then some of our programs are for credit. And the difference between that is whether it will be covered by tuition assistance and other sort of tuition assistance programs. So just something to keep in mind when you're thinking about the different programs. But yeah, let's see, what do we have up next? Histology also, yeah.
This is histotechnology, and my favorite course is histotechnology 1 because I get to use the equipment that I'm going to be using in my real life job.
This program is perfect for students who are interested in going into medicine or science, who want to work in research or who want to work in healthcare. A histotechnician will take, process, and create slides from biopsy specimens and tissues for medical or research analysis. With a degree in histotechnology, you can get a national certification and work in hospitals, research facilities, and laboratories all over the country. There are very few programs like this, and there are only 3 or 4 programs within the entire state. I've received a lot of support and encouragement from local facilities and hospitals and research institutions. They've been very eager to see where our graduates go and what they can accomplish with this degree.
Histo's so deep. Yeah, histology, also a fantastic program. And as you can see there, and again, I think that the numbers on that are low. I think that's increased significantly last couple of years.
Yeah, you're right, Kerwin. Right now, all of our healthcare programs, those numbers are all underestimated. Like Professor Flaherty said, everything had increased with this health pandemic. And then with this histology, another important thing to share is that this past spring we achieved initial accreditation for this program successfully. And so this program is now nationally accredited. And so we're really proud of that because that meant we had to meet a lot of standards. And so this program is now not only very unique and specific to our college, but it is now nationally accredited. And so when we look at healthcare programs, accredited programs are something really special because you as the customer are getting a program that really went through a rigorous process to meet standards that tell you it's a good program. And so we're really happy about that. So this program just received its initial accreditation this past spring. So.
Yeah, that's always, you always want your schools to be regionally accredited and then the programs to be nationally accredited. Like that's kind of the rule of thumb to think about that is colleges and universities are accredited by regional organizations, but then individual programs will usually have some sort of national organization that sort of oversees their, their curriculum. That's always something to keep in mind. And then up next is my wheelhouse.
The program is special to me because it's flexible. I have things to do as far as a working mom, you have single moms, you have people that just have a career and they're unable to go to classes during conventional class time. So it offers us the opportunity to come when we can.
So we have 2 different sides. We have the medical ops technology side and then we have the medical billing and coding side. So the medical ops technology side more is specialized in teaching students how to do office work in a medical environment. So how to be, a unit clerk at a hospital, or maybe the, office administrator in a family clinic office. The medical billing side, we teach students how to review medical records, analyze them for completeness, and submit the appropriate paperwork for insurance companies for billing. We offer an associate's degree. We offer, it's an AAS. Associate of Applied Science. Then we also have stackable certificates. What that means is that you start in the certificate and you complete those classes and then you earn a certificate of completion, and then that works towards the next certificate, which also works towards the associate's degree. So you come in and you start at the lowest certificate and then you work your way up and then you get to that associate's degree. And so along the way you're able to earn something to show for your work, and it helps fill out your resume.
I'll let you go over that if you want to real quick.
Okay. Y'all hear me good?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So there was a question in the chat regarding medical lab technology and then histology. People always think histology is the study of history. It is not. It is the study of tissue. And so essentially, For example, when you go to have a biopsy done at the hospital and then they take it back to the lab, your histologists are the ones that take that sample and look at it and determine disease processes. They determine what the disease is. Did they get the entire sample of the tissue? They're looking at, what stages are these tissues in? And so they're really looking at those samples and biopsies that are taken from the body. The medical lab, their study is blood and body fluids. So when your blood gets drawn, they do the testing. When your urine gets taken, they do the testing. And so they are looking more at the fluids that are taken from the body, not the tissue. They're related in that they are both scientific. They both use microscopes. They both use a lot of technology, but they are very strong in the science fields. And so both of them have a very strong science background. And so if science is something that you love, but you also love healthcare and you prefer to be in the lab, maybe not around patients all the time, this is certainly ideal for you as you progress forward in healthcare related fields. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, I think that was a great summary. So for medical administrative support and billing and coding, it's basically what the video said. We have our sort of more administrative side where we give you kind of a background on anatomy, medical terminology, human disease, things like that. But then we also work on teaching you the administrative stuff. So how to manage medical records, Office Suite, things like that. And then the billing and coding side is how to process medical records for completeness and submit to insurance companies for billing and reimbursement. And these are, again, I need to update these numbers as well. All of these healthcare professions are in such high demand right now. All of these numbers are very lowballed, I'll say. But this is also a great career field. Once you get a little bit of experience, you can start to work from home. A lot of places are being more proactive about letting people work from home, because why have those administrative people that are doing their job at a computer anyways come into the clinic or into the hospital to just act as a vector for COVID or for some other disease. So this is also something to consider if maybe you need a more portable and more flexible career. Yeah, if you want to hit the slide for us, Bruce.
Sure.
Thank you. And yeah, these are some of the other professions that you can look at. And again, these are all sort of more administrative, but still in the healthcare world. And you can hit the slide again. I think our fitness and wellness programs.
The faculty is well-rounded. They're very versatile when it comes to dealing with the students and the different demands that the students need. They're also very knowledgeable in the information that they're instructing. Also enjoy the facilities. The facilities are very great when it comes to applying the knowledge that you learn in class. They have a full functional gym as well as a swimming pool, basketball courts, all the things that you need to apply everything that you learn in class.
We offer an associate's degree in kinesiology. Within that, we have the degree itself. Of course, with an associate's degree, it's a great transition to a bachelor's degree so that you can then go into exercise physiology and a few different dimensions within kinesiology. With just the associates, if one wanted to work immediately, we can go into physical therapy, personal training, perhaps even athletic training. So there's quite a few opportunities. And we also have some certificates that are offered. Currently, we have a first aid certificate, and then we also have a personal training certificate. In the kinesiology department, we really have two separate components of it. We have lecture classes and activities. So for example, in the lecture area, we could take first aid, health, another class called Concepts, which is a personal training style class. And we also offer the activity classes. Anything from swimming, Muay Thai, spin bike, so various activity, lifetime sports type classes that we also offer. We love working with the students. We love our job. We have a passion for teaching. We really do care about the industry. We look forward to having as many students as we can going through our program and making an impact in the world.
I love our kinesiology department. Everyone over there is fantastic. Really great faculty. Just really personable, really a lot of fun. They really care about wellness and exercise and kinesiology. They're all really knowledgeable, and I love everybody over there. I highly recommend, even if you aren't doing kinesiology, look at one of the kinesiology classes to take, just as a kind of personal, exploration of your own. They have some basic fitness classes over there. They have some things like that. I recommend as an elective, like looking at some of those programs, because again, like just the faculty themselves are fantastic. The facilities are great. But if you are interested in doing something in sort of the fitness realm, we do have some great sort of programs that could get you started, and then you could move on to, because most of the careers that you would be later interested in would require a 4-year degree. So you can start with us and then move on to a 4-year university. And here's sort of a sampling of some of those. And then if you hit the next slide, I think. Oh, for a second. Yeah. Oh yeah, thank you. So yeah, just take advantage of those kinesiology programs, and once things kind of calm down a little bit, definitely utilize. We have a fantastic gym on campus. I recommend using that, and even we have an outdoor track too on campus. I recommend using. But yeah, definitely look for, as an elective. Look at the kinesiology department. They're really fun, and they're just really great over there. If you want to roll this tape.
What makes the CTC massage program special is the fact that it's very affordable. The classroom is very small, so you get that one-on-one feedback from your instructor. If you're having some difficulty in a particular class, you have the opportunity to go to the instructor and they give you that personalized attention.
Massage therapy is a licensed healthcare profession regulated by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. Upon successful completion of the basic licensure program, students, after their clinicals and internship, sit for the Massage and Bodywork Licensing Exam, commonly referred to as the MBLEX. Once the students have successfully completed the MBLEX, they can apply for their state license. So once the students graduate and become licensed massage therapists, they can go to work in spas, chiropractic offices, wellness centers, fitness centers. They can go to work on cruise ships, in hospitals, for resort and hotel chains. They can even specialize in animal massage and go to work for veterinary clinics and pet spas.
So I saw a couple of questions in chat. I'll run over real quick. First, online students can get a student ID, and you go to. Does anybody?
Police department.
For faculty, remember? Yeah, it's what's the building number now?
I'm sorry, you can get that parking permit from the police department. The ID cards are in the enrollment center. Once you walk in the enrollment center, just go to the left. There's a little office on the side there, and you can get your ID card in the enrollment center.
And online students can do that as well. If you're close to campus and you want to do that, you're eligible for that as well. And make sure you do go to the police department to get your parking pass as well. Just it helps keep campus safe. And then what was the other? The massage therapy program. So there'll be a couple times you'll see notices on their website, and then I think we'll usually put it on the main CTC website that you can sign up for, because the students need to get contact hours with patients, and so you can sign up. There's a small fee associated with it, and you can get a nice massage. I really recommend that. I usually try to look for it. It's a nice little benefit to get in there and get some stress worked out, because it's usually close to finals too, which, believe it or not, is also stressful for your teachers. So it's pretty great for that. But if you are interested in doing massage therapy, there is actually a change in this. They are an accredited program now. This just changed recently. This also needs to be updated. So
They,
oh, go ahead.
they are currently going through accreditation.
Ah,
so we
okay,
have started
sorry.
the
I thought they'd already
process
finished.
for. Now they did move over for credit. That is new. So you are right. There is something new. They did move over to credit. So they used to be a non-credit program, and so they have moved to credit and are under the health science department. And so once they moved over, we are big believers in accreditation. This program does not have to be accredited, but like our others, we are moving forward with initial accreditation so that we can seek accreditation through the Commission on Massage Therapy of Association. So we are currently working on initial accreditation for this program.
Oh, one last question that came in, kind of the way you want to refresh. You get your student ID card in the enrollment center. Go to the enrollment center for your ID card. Once you walk in that building, go to the left. There's a little office right there on the left. And the building number has changed. It's no longer building 119.
Yeah, I was going to say, we just renumbered all the buildings on campus because it used to be very scattershot. And so we just renumbered all of the buildings to make a little bit more sense. And so we just got something that I don't want to forget. If you're interested in working while you're going to school, look into our work study program that we offer on campus. If you need part-time employment while you're studying, look into the work study program. I can't speak to it very knowledgeably, but we've had some work studies in our department, and they've really enjoyed it. It pays pretty well, and then it's advantageous because it's right there on campus typically. So you're on campus already, and we in our department, I can't speak to anybody else, but we were very flexible with our work study, and every work study that we've worked with, I still have a pretty good professional relationship with, and I've written a couple of recommendation letters for them. So it's a good option for that as well, because you can kind of get to know some faculty members that way. And then making sure.
The gym is always looking for work study students. I know Student Life has need for student ambassadors and those kind of positions. So there are plenty of opportunities through work study. Another question came through. Yes, you can use the gym, but you have to have a student ID card to use the gym. So that was an answer to one of the questions. So yeah, the gym is available for employees and students, but you must have your ID card. They'll scan you in and scan you out. And if you don't have your ID card, they're not supposed to let you in there. So
it's super quick to get your ID too. So don't think that that's a huge impediment. It's same day. Like it's a 30-minute appointment. Yeah. It's very, very quick.
And I'm going to say real quick that yes, you can get your through financial aid. You got the work study, but there are some positions specifically for students, and you can find those in the CTC employment page. And I did post that in the chat. For those of you that might be interested. And yes, I'm looking for ambassadors, so please spread the word. Yes, I'm being self-serving.
That's okay.
Who's going to take care of you except for you,
Yes, we did address the nursing, but when we're through with the program, we can go back and recap some things for you. And then I can give you a link to another WebEx session specifically on nursing, which may be of use to you. So just hang tight. We'll get back to you on that one.
And yeah, we'll come back for the EMT question as well. There is, especially if you're military already, if you're a medic, there's some things that you can look at, but we'll come back to that in a minute. And I think we have some folks here that can talk to that. If you want to hit the slide.
Okay, real quick, one last question. You can just walk in to get your student ID card. You do not need to make an appointment, as far as I know. I think that is, you can just go into the enrollment center and ask for an ID card there. So yes, moving on.
So yeah, we also have our CMA program, and then if you want to hit the slide, so CMA is a great program too if you need to get something quickly. It's a pretty short program, and it'll get you in the door. And again, this is something to do if you have aspirations of doing the ADN or something further down the line. These kinds of shorter programs are great for padding out your resume, not only for future career aspects, but also just for getting into the 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 ADN program, the Associate Degree of Nursing program, because they'll take all those things into account when you put in your application. So these are things to look at as well. Yeah, go ahead and hit the slide. And we have a vet assistant program as well. If you are one of those people that loves working with animals and has that compassion in your heart for the furry friends, this is definitely something to look at. This is we have so many different programs. We have a little flavor for everybody. Yeah, and these are great ways to get into that world. The slide we had pharmacy tech. Also, this is a thing that I was just talking about with somebody recently, with a faculty member. But pharmacies are a really important aspect of the sort of the healthcare system that people don't think about a lot. But pharmacy is kind of one of those keys that sort of gets left out of the conversation a lot. But they've really been instrumental in a lot of not necessarily the COVID vaccine program, but pharmacies where you get your flu shot every year. They're very instrumental in more of that public health mission than people give them credit for. And so pharmacy, again, if you don't want to be doing sort of the more day-to-day patient care stuff, but you still want to be in healthcare, pharmacy is a great way to go. And also really very portable career. There's a pharmacy everywhere. So slide. And here's the contact information. Screenshot the page. And again, all of this is on the CCC website. You can pull all this information down, but you can screenshot this, take a picture with your phone, whatever you want to do. This is your contact information for these different programs and these different departments. So we'll give you a minute for each of these slides, and then we'll roll back to the top, and we'll hit nursing, we'll hit EMT again real quick since we had some questions about that from some folks. Medical assistant relate to the nursing program. So what I was saying is that so the medical assistant program, that's a non-credit program. That's part of our that's in our continuing ed department. It's a very short, very rapid fire course. It's 5 months from start to finish. So it's not necessarily related to the nursing program. It's just it would be good to have as part of your to sort of look at your overall roundedness. So if you needed to do something short just so that you could work for a little while, but you had plans on down the road, going to nursing school or going to med school, those sort of little things like that sort of build to sort of if you had the same GPA as your friend, but you did that certificate program and somebody else didn't, you'd get taken and they wouldn't, just because you had that experience. Phlebotomy, yes. Thank you.
And so one other note with the medical assistant program. The medical assistant program, as of this time, a lot of people ask, does that feed into the nursing program, the associate degree nurse or the LVN program? It does not feed into the 4 credit programs. And so it is a standalone certificate through the non-credit department. It does not give you extra points at this time to come into the nursing program. We are looking at that because the nursing program is by selection and by points. And so we are looking at that, but at this time, it does not contribute or relate to the nursing program here at CTC.
Okay. Ms. Samaruba, we had a question come in. What is the average size of most of the nursing classes?
Right now, we enter in the fall and the spring. Most of our classes are anywhere from 38 to 45 per semester, and that is only based on how many faculty we have that can support that group. If we have enough faculty hired and on board, we can go about 45. If obviously it's less, we have to take in a little less. And so it really just depends on the faculty support that we have at that time of entering students. But the ADN enters fall and spring, and the licensed vocational nurse right now is entering spring only.
Next question related to nursing, and how do we take the HESI exam?
So the instructions for the HESI exam, along with practice material and all that, is online. If you go to the webpage that was put in the chat room under nursing information, all of the information packets talk about HESI. And so that HESI, and then I see it was just put in the link as well. Thank you, Ms. Vargas. And so that was put in there, and you can go there and get all the information and all the details on that.
You want to hit the next slide for the contact info?
All right, sure will. There we go. Sorry.
No, no worries.
Let me just remind everybody, the building numbers have changed. So that building 152 is our Mayborn Science Theater. So that is not 152. It's that big building with the big green dome on it. Again, we're not sure what the numbers are now. I don't have my map in front of me, my new map in front of me. But again, just know that it is the Mayborn Science and Technology building.
I think the map has. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I thought that they published a interim with both building numbers on a map, but I don't think they have that on there anymore.
Yeah. Well, Office Technology building number is correct. That is the new
we didn't change. We're still the same. 257. Okay, thank you.
And you just might want to tell them that is also affectionately known as the CATE Center, Career and Technology Education Center. So if you hear CATE, C-A-T-E, that's the Industrial Tech Office Technology building that we're talking about.
Yep. What do we? Oh, the TSI. Yeah, sorry, I started to talk about that. So you do need to take the TSI as early as possible. You can enroll in some classes, but you want to be, because there are certain classes that you need to have the TSI done before you can complete it. The TSI is the I'm blanking on what the acronym is right now. It's a competency exam.
It's the Texas Success Initiative or something like that. It's something to that nature. Texas Success Initiative, and
that's it.
It is an exam that
it's
is
an assessment to kind of tell where you are math-wise and English-wise, writing-wise.
It's essentially a way for us to assess where you're at with regard to math and writing. No, I believe you do have to take the TSI, even if you've taken the ACT. Yes, I believe you can get it waived if you have a degree already. But again, this is outside of my area of expertise. You probably, your best bet for that is to speak with with somebody in registration would be more knowledgeable about the specifics of the TSI.
Admissions,
sorry. Yeah.
And there are ways of waiving the TSI depending upon some of your scores and previous background. But again, admissions will be the best place to find out exactly.
Service members, I believe, are exempt. And that just has to do with the way that the law is written. And then if you have an existing degree, so there are some workarounds, but for the most part, plan on taking that. And I believe you can check on the testing center website, but it's offered fairly frequently. And then the information is posted in the chat there for you as well. And with the slide, we'll keep going through this. Continuing ed, and those are going to be a lot of the non-credit programs are going to be the continuing education department.
Yeah, your pharmacy tech, your veterinary assistant, and your medical assistant, those are all through the continuing education department. And again, this is located in the Clear Creek building, not building 136 anymore. It's the Clear Creek building right there on the corner of Clear Creek and Central Texas College Drive. It's a big white building. As you turn at the light there, it's got Central Texas College in big blue letters on the side. So that's where continuing education is located.
All right, yeah, let's roll back to, we can hit some nursing questions real quick. So for nursing, there's actually a very in-depth Facebook Live that was done that covers a lot of the more detailed questions that people probably have about nursing. More the scope of this is more of a broad overview of the different programs that we offer. If you have some specific questions, feel free to post them in the chat. But as far as nursing information, I would highly recommend seeking out that that Facebook Live. I believe it's also posted on YouTube, and I believe it's on the nursing webpage as well. And I highly recommend giving that a watch. That covers 99.9% of the questions that you might have. It's very detailed and really great. Go ahead.
I have somebody. Okay, I've seen people asking how many people apply to nursing, but I think it would be more beneficial if maybe Ms. Samaripa can discuss how many people actually get into the cohorts, because applying, it can vary all the time. I think it's more relevant how many people per cohort are accepted.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to share that. So you're absolutely right. We do receive hundreds of applications for the program. In reference to coming in, so because there are many that are ready or in progress trying to come in, the nursing program does it by selection, and that video that Professor Flaherty is talking about does go through some of that information in reference to how students are selected by criteria, but it is based on your science GPA. It is based on your prerequisite courses. It is based on HESI. There's many things that contribute to the calculation on the selection sheet. So if they were to have 100 students that are ready and are selected, if we only have 35 slots, then the top 35 are selected. The rest of the students are put into an alternate list and or have the option to pick one of the other programs and or have the option to wait for the following semester. And then they go back into ranking, which is why it's extremely important that your grades are high and that you have optimal grades on your prerequisite courses and your science courses. They are looking for science GPA to be very high and over 2.8. And so it is important to get those grades in, and it really just depends on the amount of faculty we have to enter the amount of students that are coming in. So.
Great.
Anesthesiologists, surgeons.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. So the prereqs for nursing, somebody asked about. Definitely review the video.
Are you in?
Ms. Matthews has posted the link to YouTube for that. I recommend watching that. As far as specific prereqs, check out the nursing webpage. It'll list all of the prereqs that you have in there. And it also has a packet that you can go through to look at that I recommend reviewing thoroughly. And again, get familiar with that nursing website. If you're interested in the nursing program, get familiar with that website. They post updates there regularly, and a lot of the information that you're looking for is there.
Yes, absolutely. And the other thing too is one of the things they've done is they have eliminated quite a bit of the prerequisites for the vocational nursing program. So for the students that perhaps do not get selected for the ADN program, you already meet the criteria for the vocational nursing program. So I encourage you, we keep everything updated on the website, and we've made many videos to help you. So please go to the website, and we keep it updated just for you to get the latest information.
Yeah, I'm sharing the screen of the nursing page right now, and I just put in the chat the CTC Live nursing session that we did. It has a lot of answers to your questions. Somebody may have already posted that prior, but there it is once again. And here is the nursing webpage, and you can see there's plenty of information as far as the background, the programs of study, what the Simulation Center offers as far as those cool mannequins and so forth. A lot of contact information and so forth. So.
Can I get you to talk real quickly about the importance of passing your anatomy and physiology 1 and 2 together with maybe like pharmacology? I'm missing another one. But there's these very specific classes that students have to take, and will a C cut it?
Well, that is a great question, and the answer is a C will not cut it. Unfortunately, the competition is high, and I will tell you that some of our cohorts that get selected, most of those students do not even have but maybe 1B of all their prerequisites, and so you are competing for a spot, and so C's would not work in reference to coming in to a nursing program. Now, that is not the case for some of our other programs. We do have areas that are open, and so if you were not to be successful on some of those prerequisites and you did get a C, you would still be eligible for some of our other health science programs. But for nursing, the competition is high, and so you're going to want to do your best. A's is the best chance, B's maybe 1, maybe 2, but outside of that, you would want to redo that course if you did get a C. So,
can you speak to the how are they scheduling right now for the EMT program? We had a couple of questions about the flexibility for courses and things like that.
So our EMT program and our phlebotomy program, as we mentioned earlier, are very quick 1-semester certificates that have no prerequisites to come in. And so in order to get into those programs, obviously the first thing would be to apply to the college. And then both of those programs have applications online. You would apply to the program. Those are 2 different things, applying to the college, applying to the program. And then one of our office staff support team will reach out to you and guide you through the rest of the process. And so it is important for you to at least apply to the college and apply to the program. You certainly can reach out after you've applied to the college, and we can fast track you through getting in. We still have openings that classes start next Monday. We still have openings and can take you if you reach out to us. There are some things you would need to do, but they are not prerequisite courses. You would need a physical, we would need your shot records, you would have to start a background check, and all that's listed on our website, but also can be sent to you once you reach out to the department. And so the steps would be to make sure you've applied to the college, then apply to the program, reach out to us so that we can help you because we are getting close. If it's too close for you, then the spring is fine. We typically have more openings in the spring than we do the fall, but we currently still have openings and can work with you to get you in. So,
are they still doing the night program for the EMT program? Do you guys still have that on offer?
We are not doing the night program for the EMT. However, the phlebotomy, they are scheduling through the evening times. I would have to check the schedule for this upcoming semester, but the Burnett campus was offering the night EMT, and we are not doing that right now. But we do have the night and weekend LVN program, and so that is running night and weekend. And so that is also an option for our students.
Yeah, that night program's great. Somebody asked about doing classes again. Yes. So if you take a class and you get a C your first time taking it, you can take it again. You'll want to look at the funding for that. There are certain stipulations for different funding agencies, and you'll have to talk to your funding agency about how to do that. Yeah, that's definitely a way to go about it. Is you can retake a class, and that'll replace your grade on your transcripts. And so that's definitely a way to go.
Bruce, can you talk a little bit about the financial assistance that's available for students this semester?
Oh, sure. Be glad to. I'll even take you to that page. We offer a couple of grants this semester for students enrolling in the fall semester. And folks, let me tell you, $2,000, free $2,000 can be yours by just simply taking classes. Now, don't expect to get that check right away. After the census date, which is several weeks into the semester, you will receive up to $2,000 if you're taking at least 12 credit hours. The way to find out information is at the top of the website, COVID-19 Return to Campus. That's on the homepage or on any page of the CTC website. Click on that, and it will take you here, and you'll click on Financial Assistance, and it will walk you through all the different grants and scholarships that are available. Now, the one with the $2,000 is this first one, American Rescue Plan Student Aid. And again, it awards up to $2,000 if you're taking at least 12 credit hours. Students who are taking 3 credit hours or below 12 can get up to $1,000. Even dual credit students are eligible for up to $500 with this grant. So again, it's foolish not to apply. If you're currently enrolled, if you've already got your registration done and you're ready to go, apply for this grant, get that money back. And use it for you need it. If you need it for housing, if you need it for childcare, if you need it to put food on your table, take that money. That's what it's there for. This Coronavirus Response and Relief Supplemental Appropriations Act, big word. We call it CRRSA for short. So it will offer you another option for money to get back. Our reskilling grant is basically for those students who are coming to college who had to drop out because of COVID or something like that, and now they're trying to finish that degree. They were so close, but not quite there. You can receive up to $500 to $2,500 with that grant as well. Our scholarships are available through the foundation, and the scholarship starts in January with the spring semester. The application online starts then, but on the scholarship page, there's a link for external scholarships, which you can apply for now, which you could receive now. And then, of course, we have financial aid, which will take you to the financial aid page, and talk to you about FAFSA and all those other things and some other grants. And our financial aid people are wonderful. They will walk you through the grant process and so forth. But again, if you click on, for example, the American Plan Rescue, there's your eligibility requirements, and there's the online how to apply. And if you have questions, here's a website or a email address rather that you can send your questions to. But again, everything is done online. So, and again, you'd be foolish not to apply for these once you've already enrolled or in the process of enrolling and are planning to take classes here in the fall. So again, free money, folks, free money. So take advantage.
On that as well. So it's past the application period, but just to keep in mind, sorry, I was adjusting the camera there. Come January, make sure you apply for our scholarships too. The CTC Foundation has money that they can't give away every year. They have extra money that just sits. Make them give that money away. And the way you do that is you apply for the program. You apply for scholarship. It's one application, and they put you in for a ton of different grants and scholarships. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. And again, they have money that goes to waste every year. Even though we push, I know that within our department, and I know all the other departments, we push it super hard every year because it's free money. It is. It's money that's in your pocket that we have specifically for students. So make sure you're applying for that. And yeah, just make sure you get out there and get after it.
And he's right. That will open up again at this early part of the spring semester, and it's one online application, and it will match you for several scholarships. You could walk away with 3 or 4 scholarships based upon whatever you're studying. We have several that are directly applied for nursing. We have several that are directly applied to office technology and so forth. So there are numerous scholarship opportunities out there, and it only takes one online application. It will match you for the scholarships that you are eligible for. Now, while we were talking, there was another question that came through about phlebotomy. Will taking phlebotomy class increase your rating for getting into the ADN program? Oh, you've already answered that, Tammy. Thank you. You're so quick on the type. I can't read or type that fast, so good for you. All right. So, all right.
Anybody have anything else that they want to cover for students? Anybody have any general college questions that's in the chat that they want to ask?
I just want to say we still have some new student
Oh,
orientation. If you have not signed up for it, you should definitely
yes.
do that. The next one is going to be this Thursday on the 19th at 9. To register, please go to ctcd.edu/NSO. And you will get a lot of information that is general to the college. This is very specific to these programs, but we will get information as to what you should expect from professors in general. We will have professors that will actually walk you through Blackboard and some of these other programs that you're going to need to navigate while you're at CTC. So please go ahead and register, and hopefully we'll see you then.
You want to take that about repeating classes, Tammy?
Yes, let me go ahead and just answer that verbally. The question was, do I have to make an A the first time? Is that the one we're looking at? Do I have to make an A the first time when taking science courses for the ADN program, and does the program look at repeats? So it is best to make an A. Do you have to? No, but for the best opportunity, yes, you want to make the A. And does the program look at repeats? It does look at repeats. However, they do take the grade that's highest. So if you made a B the first time and then you take the A, they do have a ranking system for when you've taken it multiple times, but you still get points. And so remember, your GPA is part of this too. So it does affect that. So you want to try to make A's first time out.
I got that. Come if you're local to CCC, if you're in the Colleen, Coppers Cove, Temple area, or Harg Heights area rather. Come see us on Thursday. We have the Welcome Back Bash that's going to be going on campus. You can come.
This Thursday is new student orientation, and it's virtual. Welcome Bash is going to be the first week of class.
Oh, sorry.
It's going to be the following Thursday.
Yeah,
that'll be the 26th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My schedule is totally bonkers right now.
Okay. We had a question from Susan. Does the bookstore know what books go with my classes? And Susan, I believe, is a nursing major, so I am assuming the bookstore does know. Tammy, you can address that.
Yes, the bookstore does know. Typically what you'll want to know is if you are, it sounds like you might be a first semester student or maybe a prerequisite student. So it's going to depend on what semester you're in. If you're a prerequisite student and you are in pre-nursing, you really need to have your schedule, because depending on the availability of the courses and depending on who the professor is, that may be different. If you are already accepted into the program and you are a first semester student coming into nursing courses, yes, you could go in and say you're a first semester student, but not if you are a prerequisite student. You need to have your schedule. And we will have the health sciences will have a table at the Welcome Bash. So I hope that all of you will come and visit. I will be there, so I would love to see you there in person at the Welcome Bash on the 26th.
And yes, there is a calendar of CTC events, and the link is right there in the chat.
Perfect.
Sounds bloody after your own heart, Bruce.
Yeah, you're kind of talking to the grandmaster when it comes to events. What else? Anything? Oh, here we go.
When ordering our books, do they get shipped to the bookstore and we pick it up, or do they get shipped to our personal address?
I don't believe they're doing pickup anymore. I thought that they stopped that.
It's
that was the
open.
thing
The
that,
bookstore is
It's
open.
open, yeah.
Yeah,
They
the
don't do
bookstore is
curbside
open.
pickup, I don't believe, but you can
No.
walk in.
Yeah. So you can walk in and pick your books up if you're local. Otherwise, you can have it just shipped to your address. If you are local, I would recommend going and getting them. It's just quicker. It could take some time to, the mail system has been slow, particularly slow lately. So I would recommend going and getting them if you are local. And you can just print your schedule out and go in there and they'll help you out. I would go sooner rather than later. It gets very, very busy this last week before school starts. So I would definitely go sooner. And you can, the link that we put in there, the ctcbookstore.com website has their schedule to see their hours.
Yeah, and also the bookstore will have, if you are accepted into the nursing and EMT programs, then the bookstore will also have the uniforms that you will be required to wear as well. So that's another great resource for you.
Hello. Okay, I'm going to take a second to jump in when we're talking about books. My name's Morgan. I help run the assistance programs at CTC, some of them at least. If you qualify, you may get your books for free as long as you return them at the end of the semester. I will put my information back in the chat, but if you need more information, you can Google Textbook Lending CTC and click on the first link, or you can email me at mpowell@ctcd.edu, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. We also do childcare assistance. You can get a monthly stipend for that. It won't cover the entirety of your childcare, but it will cover some of it.
And that's and most of these programs do qualify for the health programs qualify, don't they, Morgan?
Yes.
Yes, I believe all of them do because all of the healthcare science are AAS degree plans or certification of completion degree plans.
She's gonna post her information in the chat. But it's the textbook lending program, and yeah, that's one of those that it's free money. Make sure you look into that to see if you qualify. They offer codes, so if you have courseware that's associated with your class, they'll pay for that as well. So I highly recommend. That's a great program. That is something that can save you a good chunk of change. So I highly recommend looking at that. And yeah, there's the information in the chat for y'all. What else we got? Anybody have any words of wisdom that they want to share?
My only words of wisdom would be to apply for those grants. Get that money.
For sure.
I'm just going to ask, how important is the syllabus and reading the syllabus?
The most important. I saw somebody ask in chat about laptops. Whatever note-taking method works for you is the best method to use. So if typing your notes up into a Word doc is how you want to do it, then by all means. But if you're a pen and paper person that takes notes that way, then do it that way. You don't need to have a laptop if you're doing in-person classes. Whatever note-taking method you want to use is the best method that's going to be what I recommend. As far as syllabi go, that is your Bible. That is our as an instructor, as a professor, that's our contract with you for the class, and that's going to lay out all of our expectations for you, and it's going to give you your expectations that you could hold us to, and that is that's a two-way contract, and I recommend thoroughly reading your syllabi on your first day of class, and just get familiar with it. And save them too. I recommend that you save them because it's good to have in the future, because sometimes you'll find a job or something like that you might need the specific details of what classes you had. So it can be very useful to have that in the future. Scan it, save it in Google Drive or OneNote or whatever. But yeah, you have something you want to add?
No, the only thing I would say in addition to that, and you talk about laptop and so forth, some of the other tools students might use. One tool that the instructors use primarily is Blackboard. And if you are not familiar with Blackboard, we're going to have a WebEx session, CTC live session on using Blackboard and all the ins and outs and all the applications and so forth. And that'll be September 1st at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So you might want to tune in for that. It'll be a session just like this. Dr. Reese from the business department, she is our Blackboard guru, so to speak, and she will walk all the students on the uses of Blackboard and how the faculty will use it and how the students can benefit from using it. And so, yes, Dr. Reese in the business department, and that will be September 1st at 2 p.m. CTC Live Blackboard. And you can watch it on Facebook, or you can check out there. There we go. We'll get you the link to that program here. Let me find it real quick. And then you can log in just like you've done today with the WebEx. So bear with me 1 second while I pull up that link. I'm not as fast as Miss Amaripa is when it comes to typing. So there we go. That's the link to the Blackboard CTC live session there.
In the chat, somebody was asking about scholarships, and we just posted the links for the CTC Foundation scholarships. And you can, in the spring, that'll open up and you'll be able to apply. But then there's also the grant money for the American Rescue Plan, and I just posted the link for that as well. And that's the $2,000 that we were talking about before, and that's grant money that's being offered to students right now through the American Rescue Plan. And if you go to that website, it's got all the information on there, and you can fill out the application and get that money as well.
And then the link I just posted, Academic Works, gives you a list of all the available scholarships that you can apply for, or that you are eligible for with that one online application. So that may be of use as well. So you might scroll through there and find something that's specific to your area of study.
And just remember, everybody, like all of you that are listening and actually taking notes, I will promise you that if you follow all the things that you're hearing today, you will be way ahead of the curve with everybody else that did not participate in this. And then they're going to be like, wait, how did you get that? Or how did you accomplish that? Because there's a lot of people that actually come to CTC, start taking classes. They never participate in any of these virtual or in-person events. And then they say, well, nobody told me, nobody knew, I didn't know. And I'm telling you right now, these are the things that are going to make a difference as to whether or not you're going to be successful or not. I saw somebody say about, maybe there's tutoring, but then is there any classes afterwards? Not necessarily, but in the academic studio, you can go up there. And I know a lot of nursing students do this. Every Friday, we would just, because I'm downstairs at the academic studio, I see all these nursing students just literally going up the stairs to do their little study groups and, practice a lot of these things. I have had students that are doing like their anatomy and physiology 1 and 2, trying to get into the program, and they'll sit together with their flashcards, trying to make sure that they help each other figure out all the terminology and all of that. So is there specifically classes about it afterwards? No, but you can create your own, and we will give you the space and the support necessary for it. So I don't know, Ms. Tamaripa, I saw you wanting to say something.
No, I mean, you're absolutely right. All of these golden nuggets are so important and will put you one step ahead. And so I absolutely agree. All these sessions, all these links have already, you being here today has already set you up for success. And so, and I'm sure you probably feel a little overwhelmed. You're getting all this information and you're getting all these links. Just take your time, digest it a little at a time. But just consider all those little things gold nuggets for you, and we all are wishing you the success that you could possibly get out of this, and we want to see you successful in whatever you choose to do. You have help, you have support. You just have to reach out, and most of this information has all went virtual, so it's all at your fingertips. So take advantage of that extra money and the extra resources that are there for you.
And in particular, this gold nugget here that you're viewing right now will be available later on YouTube later on today. So you can always scroll the CTC YouTube page and review any of the information that we talked about today. If there's something that you say, I can't remember what they said, or if you missed something, you can always go back and review this particular session on CTC's YouTube page. And it will, again, will be made available later this afternoon.
Yes. All right, it looks like we are pretty much squared away with everything. I don't see any further questions. Yes, Emily, that's the idea. That's why we're doing this. We want to help you, especially the new students. And honestly, some of the students that have been here before and just didn't know, we're welcome any and all. Current, future, and past students are definitely welcome to listen to this information. So thank you to everybody. A special shout out and thank you to our presenters, Professor Samaripa and Professor Flaherty, who are always so gracious in doing this with us and for our students. And to every single one of you that participated, we had a great amount of questions that were very, very helped enlighten not just yourselves, but probably a few of other people that were around probably had some very similar questions. And so it made it a lot more fun and interesting when you guys are this interactive. Continue to be this interactive with your faculty in the future in your classes. Believe me, the faculty prefer to talk to people that talk back nicely and ask questions that are professional. Let me just clarify that. The code of conduct person in me wants to make sure we do it nicely. But definitely we enjoy having this. So thank you to all. This will be in YouTube a little bit later, and we hope to see you around campus soon.
One last question there, Sally. HESI exams won't be affected by COVID again. That one's a toss-up. I'll let Ms. Samaripa answer that one.
Yeah, so that really did affect us last year with COVID, and it's very, very hard to tell you or predict what that looks like for this year. What I would say to you is that right now it is not being affected by COVID, but could that change on Monday? Yes, it could. If it were to change, for example, last year when our students were not able to take that test, the programs did relook at those requirements and made some exceptions. And so if that were to happen again, the programs will reconvene and make that decision, and then that information will be posted on the website. So as of right now, the HESI has not been affected by COVID, but it could. And so you just have to stay posted, and just depends when you're planning to come in and when you take that test and how COVID is behaving or not behaving at that time. So
thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. And we'll talk again soon. Bye, everybody.
Take care.